Imagine you run a highly successful online store, right? I mean, sales are booming, your packaging is beautiful, the reviews are just glowing.
Sounds like the absolute dream for any brand owner.
It is. It's the dream. But then every single month, 10% of your absolute best, most loyal customers just vanish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No warning, no angry emails. They are just gone. And then you have to turn around and spend thousands of dollars on ads just to replace them.
Which is incredibly frustrating.
Right. And if you are running a subscription business, that scenario isn't just some hypothetical nightmare. That is the actual documented industry average.
Yeah, it is a brutal reality check for a lot of business owners out there. I mean, you spend all this energy and money acquiring a customer, and if you aren't actively managing their life cycle,
They just leave.
exactly, they slip right through your fingers.
But on the flip side, when you do manage it, right, when you actually nail the mechanics of recurring revenue, the math completely changes the game.
Oh, totally.
Like, a subscription customer has a 3 to 5 times higher lifetime value than someone who just buys from you once.
3 to 5 times. That's massive.
It is. So whether you're actively scaling a brand right now or, you're just insanely curious about the invisible machinery running the modern internet economy, capturing that multiplier is basically the holy grail.
Absolutely.
So for today's deep dive, our mission is to decode the Shopify subscription ecosystem in 2026. We're looking at the entire architecture.
The whole thing.
Right. The invisible technical setup, the true costs of the apps running the show, and the deep psychological strategies used to keep subscribers from hitting that cancel button.
Because capturing that 3 to 5 times multiplier, it requires a surprisingly intricate operational setup. It's a fundamental shift in business strategy.
Right. It's not just an interface update.
No, not at all. You can't just slap a subscribe button on a product page and hope for the best.
Okay, let's unpack the technical side first, because I've got to be honest, my initial reaction to this was just genuine surprise.
Really? How so?
Well, you look at a massive multi-billion-dollar platform like Shopify, and you just assume recurring payments are baked right into the core system.
Right, like a native feature.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
2026, but the big reveal here is that Shopify does not include native recurring payments in its core platform.
Yep.
You absolutely 100% need an app to make this work.
You do. And I know right out of the gate, that sounds like it could be a remarkably clunky experience for the buyer.
Yeah, you imagine being redirected to some sketchy third-party domain, right? Just to put in your credit card.
Exactly. But the seamlessness of the modern checkout is actually the platform's biggest triumph right now. There are no weird redirects.
Thank goodness.
Right? And no third-party hosted checkout pages where the customer suddenly feels like they've left your store. It flows exactly like a regular order.
And it drops right into your normal fulfillment queue.
Yes, exactly. And the mechanism making that seamlessness possible is called the Selling Plans API.
Okay, the Selling Plans API.
Right. So when you install one of these subscription apps, it doesn't hijack the checkout at all. Instead, it communicates with this API to define 3 specific rules behind the scenes.
Which are?
The billing frequency, the delivery schedule, and whatever discount the subscriber is getting.
Okay, so it's like hiring a highly specialized event planner.
Okay, I like that.
Right. So the app is the event planner. They are organizing a recurring weekly party, deciding when the invitations go out, what the discount at the door is. But they're still using your existing house and your existing kitchen, which is the native Shopify checkout, to actually throw the party.
That's a great analogy. And because they're using your kitchen, the customer doesn't feel like they've been dragged to an unfamiliar venue.
Right.
The friction is basically zero. The app handles the complex logic, the scheduling, the automated emails. But Shopify's native checkout handles the actual transaction.
But wait, if the checkout is identical to a normal one-time purchase, how does the system securely hold on to the customer's credit card for next month?
Ah, that's the magic of it.
Because, the merchant never sees the full credit card numbers, which makes sense for security, but something has to be pulling the funds 30 days later.
Right, and this relies entirely on a process called tokenization.
Tokenization?
Yeah, so when the customer enters their payment details into that native Shopify checkout, Shopify takes those raw numbers and securely vaults them. It then generates a secure token, which is essentially a random string of characters that represents the credit card but contains 0 actual financial data.
So it's like a placeholder.
Exactly. And that token is handed back to the subscription app,
Oh, I see.
So when month 2 rolls around, the app hands the token back to Shopify and says, hey, charge the card associated with this token.
Wow. So if a hacker breaches the subscription app,
All they get is a pile of useless tokens.
that is so smart.
It really is. The merchant is protected from storing toxic financial data, and the buyer is protected because their raw credit card info isn't floating around in a dozen different app databases.
It's an incredibly elegant, invisible handshake.
Perfectly said.
So once a business has that plumbing in place, they have to decide what kind of water is actually going to flow through it, right?
Right.
Because there are 4 distinct subscription models or, flavors of recurring revenue that we really need to look at.
And choosing the right model is the architectural foundation of the business, because they serve entirely different psychological needs for the consumer.
Okay, let's go through them. The first one is the classic subscribe and save.
Right. This is pure replenishment. Think coffee, vitamins, pet food.
Right, the essentials.
Exactly. It is entirely about utility and convenience. You are removing the mental load of remembering to buy the basics.
It's the please don't make me think about buying toilet paper ever again model.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you have the second model, which is prepaid.
Okay.
This is where the customer pays upfront for, say, 3, 6, or 12 deliveries all at once.
Wow. So from a business perspective, that drastically increases your average order value on day 1.
Massively. And it guarantees a huge reduction in early churn because, well, they've already paid for the next 6 months.
Right. They can't cancel what they already bought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's highly effective for things like seasonal boxes or quarterly tea samplers.
Okay. The third one is the curated box. Like snack boxes, beauty boxes, those weird Japanese stationery boxes.
Yes. And this feels fundamentally different from vitamins, right?
Oh, totally.
If subscribe and save is about convenience, the curated box is all about novelty and discovery.
Because you don't know what you're getting.
Exactly. The merchant rotates the product selection every month. The customer is paying for the surprise, the unboxing experience, and the curation just as much as the physical items themselves.
Okay, and the fourth model is membership access. So this isn't necessarily a physical product arriving in a cardboard box every month, is it?
Not always, no. This is a recurring fee for exclusive perks, VIP discounts, or gated content.
Like special club.
Right. It taps into community and status rather than just product consumption. You are basically selling access to an ecosystem.
I've seen businesses trying hybrid approaches too, like a skincare brand offering basic subscribe and save on their daily cleansers, but also selling a premium curated monthly box of new serums.
Hybrids are very common now, yes.
But wait, I have to ask, couldn't a business just throw all 4 models at the wall and see what sticks?
Oh, boy.
I mean, why not offer a prepaid, curated, VIP coffee box all at once? Just give the customer maximum options.
What's fascinating here is that more choice rarely equals more conversion.
Really?
Yeah. When you present a customer with a sprawling matrix of subscription options at the exact moment they are reaching for their wallet,
Right, at checkout.
you create massive cognitive overload. And a confused mind almost always says no and abandons the cart entirely.
Huh. So keeping it simple is better.
Always. Hybrids are incredibly powerful, don't get me wrong, but they work best when targeted at entirely different customer segments, separated on different product pages.
That makes sense.
You have to align the subscription model with the specific product's core value proposition. Like, you don't need a novelty mystery discovery box for laundry detergent.
Right. You just want the detergent to show up.
Exactly.
That makes perfect sense. So to execute these specific models without, paralyzing the customer with choices, you need the right software.
You do.
Which brings us to the battlefield of Shopify subscription apps and this idea of the true cost illusion.
Yeah, the fee structures in this ecosystem require merchants to be incredibly vigilant because you're rarely just paying a flat sticker price.
Let's start with the free options because that's where most people look first. We have the native Shopify subscriptions app. It is totally free, but it sits at a 3.5-star rating.
Which is a bit of a red flag.
Yeah, a bit of a red flag. I mean, it is perfectly fine if you have under 50 subscribers, but it's remarkably basic.
Very basic.
Then you have Appstle, which actually boasts a 5-star rating from over 300 reviews, I think. And they have a free tier that covers up to $500 a month in subscription revenue.
Which is incredibly generous for a new store.
Right. And another one is Skio, which is free for up to 50 subscriptions.
Yeah.
Those seem like great playgrounds for validating an idea, but when a business really scales, they almost inevitably move to the heavyweights.
They have to, yeah.
Recharge is the undisputed market leader here,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Their starter plan is $25 a month, but their standard plan jumps to $99 a month, plus 1.49% of the transaction, plus 19 cents per transaction.
The fees start to stack up.
They really do. Then there is Loop, focusing heavily on gamified retention at $99 a month, plus 1%. And if you are an enterprise moving massive volume, Skio is $599 a month, plus 1% and 19 cents. But they offer things like passwordless login.
Right, and this is where that true cost analysis is vital, because the billing is layered.
Layered how?
Well, you are paying your base Shopify monthly plan, then the subscription app's monthly fee, then the app's percentage transaction fee.
Oh.
And finally, Shopify Payments' standard credit card processing fee on top of all that. The margins just get shaved down at 4 different levels.
Okay, here's where I have to push back a little bit on the premise of paying for these heavyweights.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Shopify literally has a free app. If I can process a recurring payment for $0 extra using Shopify's native tool, why on earth would I pay Skio $600 a month plus a percentage of my sales just to do the exact same thing?
Because they aren't doing the exact same thing.
No.
Not at all. Processing the payment is the absolute bare minimum. The paid apps are, at their core, sophisticated retention engines.
Retention engines. Okay, explain that.
Let's look at the ROI math. Imagine you have 200 subscribers paying $40 a month. That is $8,000 in monthly recurring revenue.
Okay, nice chunk of change.
Right. If an app's advanced features prevent just a 5% churn rate, that saves you $400 a month.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah. A tool that costs $99 a month, but saves you $400 a month in revenue that would have walked out the door.
Is effectively paying for itself.
Paying for itself 3 times over, actually.
So you aren't really paying for the payment processing. You are paying for the software's ability to manipulate behavior and keep customers from leaving.
Precisely. Take Loop's gamified retention, for example. Instead of a boring standard customer portal, they build a progress bar.
Like a video game.
Exactly. The customer sees that if they just stay for one more month, like their third box, they unlock a free premium gift or a massive discount. It gamifies loyalty.
That's brilliant.
Or take Skio's passwordless login.
Right.
One of the biggest reasons people cancel or issue chargebacks is because they want to modify their subscription, but they forgot their password to the store.
Oh, I've done that. It is so annoying.
Right. They get frustrated and just call their credit card company. But passwordless login sends a secure one-time magic link via SMS or email. They click it, and they are instantly in their portal. Removing that specific friction point saves enterprise businesses tens of thousands of dollars in lost subscribers and sport tickets.
Which brings us to the ROI of these apps hinging entirely on one specific word: churn.
Ah, yes. The silent killer.
The silent killer of the subscription economy. The industry average for e-commerce subscriptions is a 5 to 10% monthly churn rate.
It's staggering.
It is. That means if you do absolutely nothing, you lose up to a tenth of your entire customer base every 30 days. You are just bleeding out.
Yep. You have to constantly acquire massive numbers of new customers just to maintain your current revenue.
It's a treadmill that never stops. But as I learned, not all churn is the same, is it?
No, it's not. The defense strategies are completely different depending on whether the churn is involuntary or voluntary.
And the involuntary churn statistic is just staggering. Up to 40% of subscription churn is just failed payments.
40%.
Yeah. Expired cards, insufficient funds, banks falsely flagging the transaction as fraud.
And the sad part is, the customer still wants the coffee. They fully intended to buy it. The underlying financial infrastructure just failed them.
So voluntary churn is like a bad breakup where they actively sit you down and tell you it's over.
Right.
But involuntary churn is like them losing their phone, missing your texts, and accidentally ghosting you because their MasterCard expired.
That is the perfect way to describe it.
Losing 40% of your lost revenue to an administrative glitch is maddening. But this is exactly where those premium apps deploy a mechanism called dunning, right?
Yes. Dunning is the automated, programmatic process of chasing down failed payments.
How does that work?
Well, the basic free apps will just try the card again the next day. If it fails again, the subscription is just canceled.
Bam. Done.
Exactly. But the heavyweights use smart dunning. The app's algorithm actually analyzes the failure code.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so if the code says insufficient funds, The system will intentionally wait and retry the card on the 1st or the 15th of the month.
Because those are traditional paydays?
Exactly. It drastically increases the chance of the payment clearing.
That is brilliant. It's basically invisible patience.
It really is. And they also tap directly into the Shopify Payments Network auto updater.
What's that?
This is a massive technological advantage. Shopify communicates directly with the Visa and MasterCard vaults. So when a customer's bank issues them a new card with a new expiration date, Visa automatically updates the secure token sitting in Shopify's vault before the next billing cycle even hits.
Wait, really?
Yes. The merchant gets paid, the customer gets their product, and neither of them even knew the card was expiring in the first place.
That feels like literal magic. Okay, so dunning and auto-updaters handle the accidental ghosting. But what about the bad breakups? The voluntary churn where the customer actively logs in, clicks Manage Subscription, and decides to cancel.
Right. This requires an entirely different playbook. And it's centered on flexibility.
Okay.
You have to offer appealing alternatives to cancellation. You give them the ability to simply skip a delivery or pause their subscription for a month.
Or product swaps, right? Like curing the boredom churn.
Exactly.
If they are sick of the vanilla protein powder they've received for 6 months, you let them swap it to chocolate for the next month with a single click.
Yep. And transparency is another really powerful tool here. Sending a pre-charge email 3 to 5 days before the card is billed.
See, that sounds counterintuitive to me. Why remind someone they're about to spend money? Won't they just cancel?
You'd think so, but transparency actually builds profound trust. It drastically reduces surprise chargebacks and the angry customer service tickets that eat up your staff's time.
And if they still ignore all that flexibility, they ignore the emails, and they hit that cancel button anyway, you deploy the cancellation save flow.
The last line of defense.
It's basically like the exit interview. Before the system actually processes the cancellation, it prompts them, why are you leaving?
Right.
If they click, it's too expensive, the app immediately counters with a 20% discount on their next 3 boxes if they stay. If they click, I have too much product, it offers to pause the subscription for 60 days. It is an automated negotiation right at the exit door.
And it is highly effective. You can save 10 to 30% of cancellation attempts.
That's huge.
It is. And the native, free Shopify subscriptions app lacks these advanced cancellation save flows and smart dunning logics, which is why once a business hits a certain volume, they are literally losing more money by using a free app than they would by paying for a premium one.
It's that ROI math again. All right, so if someone listening is ready to actually build this gauntlet today, before they go clicking install on an app, there is a step-by-step setup and some pretty major landmines they need to avoid.
Definitely. You have to navigate it carefully.
Because the setup itself is a pretty standard 6-step process. You install the app, you create the selling plan detailing the frequency and the discount, you attach that plan to your specific products, you design the customer portal, you set up the automated emails we just talked about, and then crucially, you test the entire flow using Shopify's test payment mode.
Right, the mechanics are straightforward. But the platform limitations will catch an unprepared merchant completely off guard.
What kind of limitations?
Well, for instance, Shopify's native bundle products, where you group 3 items into one SKU, they do not work with auto-charging subscriptions.
Oh, that's such a big one.
Yeah. And automatic discounts and standard discount codes generally cannot be applied to recurring orders either.
Okay, good to know. And the biggest hurdle, from what I've seen, your store's theme absolutely must support selling plan widgets.
Yes. This trips up so many people.
A widget is essentially a block of code that the app injects into your product page to display the subscribe and save radio buttons and the delivery dropdowns.
Right.
All the modern free Shopify themes, like Dawn, have the architectural hooks for these widgets right out of the box.
Very easy.
But if you are running a heavily customized theme or like a legacy third-party theme from 5 years ago, the app's code won't know where to put the widget. The subscribe button literally will not show up on the page without custom developer work.
It's a nightmare. And then you have the migration risks.
Oh, right.
Let's say you start on a free app to test the waters, right?
Okay.
And a year later, you want to move to recharge or loop to get those gamified retention features.
Sounds like a logical progression.
It is, but customer payment tokens do not always seamlessly transfer between all competing apps.
Wait, really? You could lose the payment info?
Yes, you risk losing your historical lifetime value data. And the URLs for your customer portals will change, which instantly breaks all the managed subscription links in every single email you've ever sent out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, migration is a perilous, highly technical process They can cause billing gaps or duplicate charges if managed poorly.
Okay, so I have to challenge the testing strategy then.
Go for it.
If migration is this perilous and you could lose payment tokens or historical data in the transfer, shouldn't a new store owner just bite the bullet, pay the $99 a month for Skio or Loop on day one, and avoid ever having to move their data later?
I get that logic, I really do. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, cash flow is oxygen for a new business.
Right.
You have to remain pragmatic. Validating the demand is far more important than future-proofing an unproven concept.
That's a fair point.
You use a free tier, like Appstle or the native Shopify app, to prove that people actually want your specific product on repeat. We call it the 50 subscriber rule.
The 50 subscriber rule. Okay.
Once you hit 50 active subscribers, you have validated the business model. You have proven product market fit.
And then you upgrade.
Exactly. Then you can justify investing in the heavy-duty apps, the advanced dunning, and the safe flows, because you actually have a subscriber base worth protecting.
That makes a lot of sense.
And furthermore, Shopify frequently runs promos like a $1 a month trial for 93 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that is 3 months of runway to test if subscriptions resonate with your audience with virtually zero financial risk.
That is an incredible runway to figure out the plumbing.
It really is.
So, to wrap up this deep dive, adding recurring revenue is not just a flip of a switch. It is a complex, app-powered layer of logic that transforms one-time buyers into loyal regulars.
Absolutely.
Getting that 3 to 5 times lifetime value multiplier requires choosing the exact right model for your product, selecting an app that fits your current scale, and building an automated proactive defense against both voluntary and involuntary churn.
And when executed correctly, you build a foundation of predictable, scalable revenue. It allows a business to project cash flow months in advance, which completely changes how you buy inventory and hire staff.
It changes everything. But as we close out today, there's one detail about these self-service portals that I just can't stop thinking about.
What's that?
We talked about giving customers the ability to easily pause, skip, or cancel their subscription entirely on their own without ever having to email a support agent.
Right, the frictionless portal.
Yeah. And it leaves me with this final provocative thought for you to chew on. If a brand makes it incredibly effortlessly easy to cancel a subscription, literally one click to walk away, does that actually increase long-term loyalty by removing the psychological fear of commitment?
That's a great question.
Right. Or does removing all that friction just accelerate a store's demise? Is the future of maximizing recurring revenue actually about making it aggressively easy to leave?
It really challenges the old-school corporate mentality of trapping customers in endless phone trees.
Right.
It forces a brand to actually be undeniable every single month.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, if you want that magical multiplier on a customer's lifetime value, you can't just trick them into paying.
Yeah.
You have to make sure they actually want to stay. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. See you next time.